took the time to channel their thoughts and talents creatively. In one of my favorite videos, Hanna Gargour, a Jordanian, sings with Mia Rose, a talented Portuguese girl. Hoping that music would help bridge the gap between their two cultures, they sang a song called Waiting on the World to Change. What I liked about this response was that Hanna and Mia weren't waiting. They were actively helping the world to change by engaging with it. The video inspired hundreds of comments in Portuguese, Spanish, English, French, and Arabic from everyone, including Italians, Moroccans, Brazilians, Saudis, and Filipinos. With every joke and jibe, with every comment, criticism, and point of view, they were learning about themselves, each other, religions, and cultures. And it's not just about the centers, the councils, the alliances, the messages, and the YouTube campaigns. It's about the thousands of grassroots efforts inspired by individuals of all ages, going on all over the world. Small gestures in neighborhoods, schools, sports grounds, art exhibits, and beyond. And it's this that's convinced me we've reached a turning point, a watershed moment in our shared and common history. In all of these efforts, large and small, we find ourselves reaching out to unfamiliar frontiers. We set our course, unsure where we'll end up, but confident that the journey is worth the risk. For me, that evokes the memory of Ferdinand Magellan, because all of these efforts are the beginning of a new age of discovery, an era that sees us rediscover ourselves and our neighbors, an epoch that sees us undiscover negative stereotypes, a period in which we are open to connecting with others, a time that is marked by trust and tolerance in strangers. And I want the people of Portugal and the people of Jordan to be the new cultural explorers of our time, courageous voyagers, searching not for new lands, but for common ground, drawing new maps of understanding for future generations, and guiding us to shores of shared prosperity. Thank you all very much.
Thank you very much, Your Majesty. Now the floor to the other laureate, former President Jorge Sampaio.
Senhor Presidente da República,
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic, Your Majesties, the Queen Rania of Jordan, His Majesty King Abdullah, Speaker of the Portuguese Parliament, President of the Parliamentary Assembly of the Council of Europe, Members of Parliament, Deputy Secretary General of the Council of Europe, President of the Executive Council of the North-South Centre, Ambassadors, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. In the unequal and often disappointing course of our world, there are times when men atone for their sins and conflicts by forging paths that promote solidarity and greater ethical demands. This was the case when the United Nations General Assembly adopted the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, providing a modern and universal framework for the old founding documents of American independence and of the French Constituents of 1789. With this, a new era began. Although devoid of direct binding power, its text would serve as the decisive basis for later legal efforts that, through new bodies, duties, and mechanisms, have attempted to confer greater justice and more effective responsibility for the international community. The European Centre for Global Interdependence and Solidarity, the North-South Centre, an auspicious creation of the Council of Europe, can, by virtue of its objectives, functioning, and specific decision-making process, be included in the direct line of those same concerns to improve mankind, so evident in the name itself. So, I am understandably very proud to receive this award, and particularly gratified to share this distinction with Her Majesty Queen Rania of Jordan, whose outstanding efforts to bring cultures closer together have today received just recognition.
And congratulate you vividly for the outstanding message you delivered just a few minutes ago. Perante a honra que me é oferecida, permitam-me.
In the face of this honor, I would like to voice a personal note. I belong to a generation of Portuguese who, from their very young days and due to our domestic situation, accompanying with particular expectations the legal developments of the various forms of human rights, from political and civil to economic, social, and cultural. Later, both for professional and civic reasons, I defended offences in the law courts of the dictatorial regime, or took part in initiatives that denounced the offences perpetrated by the national authorities of those unfortunate times. All this explains a particular memory I will cherish forever, that of being 5 years after the restoration of democracy, the first Portuguese representative at the Human Rights Commission of the Council of Europe, immediately after Portugal ratified the Convention, at a time when tension between the two ideological blocs still fractured our continent. Now, thanks to this award, I relive today memories of old struggles that helped mold my life. Today, and that is no doubt the reason behind this generous award, I am committed to and fully engaged in 2 other struggles for human dignity. Although on different planes, they are based on identical principles of solidarity and on the promotion of understanding. I have been entrusted by the United Nations to help raise awareness of the urgency of greater cooperation in the fight against the